Okay, welcome back. Oh shoot, I forgot I left that on. You can hear my wait, if I like unmute the audio, you can hear my like voice like 5 times. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, well we should be good now though. Let's hear it. Come on. Okay, well we should be good now though. Let's hear it. Okay, I also want to make sure. I know I'm talking quiet and all, but come on, you can do better than that. I'm talking quiet and all, but come on, you can do better than that. I'm talking quiet and all, but okay. Well, you know what? I'll just talk at a normal volume and it'll be cool. You know what? I'll just talk at a normal volume and it'll be cool. Good enough. Anyways, yeah. Welcome back. You know, let's just talk for a bit. Yeah, it's been a long day. And I'm more tired than last time, so that ought to make for great energy. I saw on Twitch, right? There was I guess I'll just say, you know, let's just look at it. Why not, right? We've got time. Doing nothing better. Let's take a look at this, yeah. Actually, I went off the page, so I don't know if I'll still see it, but there was a crazy look at this is crazy. Cleaning up my room. What a simple little thing, right? Cleaning up my room, but okay. First off, the ads are crazy. Do I have an ad blocker on? I do. I guess it's not working. But look at this. She has the craziest top on. It's so. Well, your description is not a real gamer. Your FAQ is, are you single? That's the first question, which is absolutely insane. You know who your audience is, I guess. You know, it's always good to know. About you, you're former law enforcement and an army veteran, and you're 5'11", natural, and what's your background, blah blah blah. Army veteran, huh? You know, you wearing that top. That's a crazy top. Anyhow, and then what else did I see? Oh yeah, I saw it's #1 Ash. I was thinking, right? How much could you really like clickbait that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long do you think it would take? Like, if you just as a random like nobody put like #1 Bastion, like, do you think anyone's really gonna like? But you're not the #1 Bastion, right? You're number like 50,001, right? Do you think you could like convince people that you're like somewhat good, like enough that like they stay on? Also, this is a McCree, a Cassidy on the thumbnail. It ain't even Ash. What else is there on Twitch today? Show your feet or draw 10+ cards. All right, great. I literally, who is this? Dr. Donut? No stream title. Watching YouTube shorts about Clash Royale.
This guy's trying to be like that other guy. This guy's trying to be the toenail guy. You're not the toenail guy, bro. Nah, I'm not even watching this.
Tragic. Who is this? No offense, of course. Donut SMP. I better get in on that. Discord, YouTube. What's your YouTube look like? I don't know why I'm saying. I'm talking to nobody right now. Daily live streamer. What's your videos? Surviving? Well, yeah, you're doing pretty good. You're going on the Minecraft economy. You know, it's booming, it's thriving. Actually, I wouldn't say it's booming or thriving. I just say it's very stable. You know, very stable in the sense that you make a good Minecraft video, you're bound to get something. You know, it's like an investment. Although it's like a not high risk, high reward. It's like kind of low risk, like high reward, isn't it? I mean, I guess the risk is that you have to spend a lot of time. I mean, like, look at this. Like this video, you have to like get people to do pixel art. The $200 million bounty, you have to, you know, actually, you know, the biggest thing about these videos is the amount of time you have to put in, right? That's why like people cheat on like, I spent 100 days doing this. Like, you know, that's if you actually like legitimately spend 100 days, people would probably call you an idiot because like, you know, you could just spend 5 days, but just up the day timer on the video by like 5 each time, and you know, you could just cheat the system. So I guess in that sense, it's not, you know, it's pretty low, not low effort, but definitely less effort. But this, I mean, how much effort do you think this took? Like, first you have to, okay, for some reason it's been doing this. Like the first time you load it, it doesn't like to load. But then the second time, it's like, okay, whatever.
In this video, my goal is to teleport to you guys, check out your bases, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. But while I'm doing that, I have 1 to 2,000 viewers, and they all want to kill me. Because if they do, they get an insane amount of money. So by the end of the...
Fantastic, fascinating. Uh, and dude, these comments are the funniest. Dear Dr. Donut, please ban my friend Eric from your SMP. He plays every day in class and gets no vitamin D. Comment sections are crazy, aren't they? Hey, Dr. Donut, my son got his base destroyed. Nice. And the person who how did it said some not very appropriate stuff on a sigh. I know you probably can't do anything, but please help my son. 2.9 thousand likes. Like, is this really like a 2.9 thousand like comment? Actually, it is pretty funny if it like really was like a dad, isn't it? It'd be kind of hilarious. I don't know. Comments are crazy. It's like like, are there any, like, I feel like comments are never about the video anymore, you know? It's not like, well, I mean, I guess it'd become, well, I don't know how I would like it if all YouTube videos had comments like, I like this part, and I thought this part could have been improved. I mean, I guess that's not the point of comments, right? It's just for people to be like, wow, cool video. This was cool. But like, I don't know, you gotta be, to me, I'm just not the type to write comments, you know? Like, I don't think ever in my life I've ever had the urge to write, even, okay, accounting for the fact that this person's like probably like 8, right? Even when I was 8, I don't think I've ever posted on like an unironic comment that wasn't on like a friend's channel, like on a big public channel. No way I'm posting a comment saying that ending was freaking hilarious. Let's give that a like. Yeah, these are kids. Oh my skibbity. Dr. Donut, what the fuck? I thank you on to crunch the cat peak upload schedule more than a year since the video. Dr. Diddy came. What the heck? Kids can't be talking like that, can they? Anyways, I don't know. YouTube comments. I feel like the point of YouTube comments is like there's two ways to have clout on YouTube, right? Number one, like make the video and then let it get big, right? That's like the major way to get clout. Let's change that to 3. There's 3 ways to gain clout. 1, make the video. 2, dedicate your channel to YouTube posts. Like, if I don't know if it'll show up on this channel account. I'm sure if I scroll down enough, or shorts. Well, shorts are like videos. I mean, in a sense that it's like video related content. But you make I don't know how to find it actually, but you make posts. How to stop editing so slow? I bet. In 5 minutes? Wow, what a revelation. Why is it doing this to me? It doesn't matter, but the one refresh I have to do sure is my quality of life is sky dropping.
I'm a 21-year-old full-time video editor, and since I get paid per video I make, I literally earn like on Envato Elements, which I use. You can also make your own, which I also do a lot actually. And the cool, super convenient, and saves you a lot of animation I made for like. So.
Okay, I can't be bothered to watch it. I guess it is only 6 minutes. Yeah. The purple filter thing? Alright, I'll bite. What's the purple filter thing? Where's the most replayed section in this whole video?
You put in all the materials you have in that video style. So that could be animation, transition, tile cuts, sound effects, backgrounds, icon text, effects, music, lower thirds, anything. And as you can see, I've actually...
Oh, here's a purple filter. Perfect.
Super powerful. But it can really
purple filter, purple filter, purple filter, purple filter, purple filter. Here we go.
So here's the thing.
Here, let me shut up the game that I'm supposed to be playing.
Editing it, and it's super cool animations and sound effects and everything. So then you watch it again because like it kind of feels good seeing what you've done, you know. And fair enough. I mean, I do that as well. But then you watch it again. And you watch it again, and you maybe change some small. Okay,
I can't be bothered to like wait for him to get to the point. I'm not gonna lie.
That's where.
So avoid procrastination by watching your thing over and over again. So you make a purple filter.
This color mat here, and I literally just put it in over parts I've edited and think I'm pretty done with this. And then whenever I go back to like see this part again, I just see a purple filter, like purple on the playback, and I'm like, oh, no mind, better get back to editing, you know. And then at the end, I can like rewatch it and say, okay, can I improve something? Like, so I don't rewatch it 1,000 times, but instead I rewatch it when I actually.
Okay, so the tip that everyone is like, geez Louise, what a novel little trick that will actually help my speed in editing is just don't procrastinate. I mean, I guess, you know, like in terms of having a method to not procrastinate, like I guess that is like a real thing, you know. Sometimes you just watch the whole video back and you're like, you know, and sometimes you're watching like a a 2-minute chunk, and that 2-minute chunk was like perfectly fine. So, but you watched a 2-minute chunk anyways, and I guess, well, I guess in those 2 minutes I could have been picking my nose or something. So instead I'll just put the purple filter. Fair enough, I guess. You know, I guess if you have if that really is a problem for you, the purple filter is probably gonna save your life a couple minutes. I can't even lie about that. All right, but let's get into the game now. We stalled long enough. By the way, what I was saying, the 3 ways to get clout videos, make your channel a permanent post channel, or you go the YouTube comment route and just farm likes on comments as hard as you can. Because have you seen those comments that are like, funny haha line, skull emoji, fire emoji, and then edit, colon, wow, can't believe this got 5,000 likes. This blew up. Like, I don't get, we will not understand each other if you really gain like this much like satisfaction from like the YouTube comment like amount, you know, like that's like some real like, there's like caring about numbers, and then there's like caring about numbers to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I get it, like if you've got nothing better. Also, is this game gonna like crash on me? This game is running at like 4 FPS, and this is not like a high. Okay, we're restarting this. This has to get restarted. Get out of here. We're restarting this. No, this is a regular. Here, let's just try it again. Continue. Are you at a permanent 4 FPS? Am I gonna have to restart you? Okay, we're all F4ing you. You are getting restarted to hell. You're to high hell. But yeah, it's like, I guess I get it, right? Let's say you're the classic magical age of 8, right? And you've got nothing better. You're no one's following your social media except friends. Your tweets that you shouldn't be on Twitter. Your tweets are not popping off. You know, your TikToks get 8 views, and then you post one haha funny YouTube comment among the sea of others, and it gets blown up to 2.9 likes. Like, wow. That's your Mona Lisa right there, that comment. You'll be telling your friends the next day, like, dude, you gotta look at this comment. It got 3,000 likes. And they'll be like, wow, 3,000 likes on a YouTube comment? That's incredible. It's like, wow. I mean, yeah, I guess, huh? I don't know. I'd rather go for the video than the comment. But maybe that just says something about me, yeah? I'm not happy enough with the comment or something. Anyways, so last time we figured out, or at least we locked in up to 12. I don't really know where we should go from here. I kind of lost my train of thought, unfortunately. But we got Stephanie, I guess. We should probably try and find just something. Where can we start from? Because last time we kind of ended on a point that was like, we got everything that we kind of could get, right? So, wait, hold on. Don't we know Caroline was with a spouse, and then she... Okay, let's see if we can find out. Actually, I want to find out more about the main family. This branch family is like so whatever, right? I would like to try and learn more about, I don't know, let's see, there was one person, there was, oops, not that, I don't want to add a page. Delete this, please. Harrison Lane, no. We want, youngest son is Eli. Eli Roottrees. Well, we want to try and look up Eli Roottrees, maybe. I kind of doubt we'll find anything, but never know. Eli Roottrees. Probably nothing. Yeah, nothing. No reason to Harrison Lane we could search up for fun. Why not? That's my caps lock. Harrison Lane. Television actor with a major role in Guys Like Us. Villain due to popularity of Guys Like Us. Studio brought back Lane as the villain's twin brother. What a cop-out. Is that that's what they're doing with Robert Downey Jr., ain't it? Like, he was so good as Iron Man. It's like, well, let's bring him back as Iron Man's twin evil brother, Dr. Doom, who happens to also be in a suit full of iron and also like a genius. How coincidental. Harrison Lane is a dead end. All right, in that case, let's just note that he's a dead end. Actually, let's just make this like that first note so we really know it's a dead end. Useless in this. The only possible reason we might need to know is that it might be this, like the the fair spouse of Gwyn or Gwen or whatever, whoever that movie actress was. What can we look for? I guess I could try looking up like these what's it called? Generation nicknames, but if they're internal, we won't really find it. It's worth a shot though. Spirits. Yeah, nothing. Okay. We could search up the Anderson farm. We never really looked into that too much. I think, yeah, we already looked at this up. I think we already got this when we searched up Gwyn of Roottrees. Although, well, no, there's no point because we only need to know the original of Elias and Gwyneth. We don't care about the rest of the Anderson family. Although, no, well, we'll find out. Patsy Roottrees. Now that we've gone past the star names, it'll probably be harder to find these names. Patsy Roottrees is not there. Miracle Roottrees. Margot Roottrees, we already searched up, I believe, and didn't have anything. Okay, let's look at our evidence. I'm sure there's something here to look at. Let's see if there's any. I don't think I read much here. I think I just took the image of Elias and I kind of went on my merry way. So 1908, Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company and marries his wife, who inherits a maple farm. Company is barely profitable before that. Have I ever searched up 5 pieces, by the way? I don't know how relevant this will be at all, but I might as well read this, I guess. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, that's a thing, you learn that 5 pieces are the iconic candy sold by the Roottrees Candy Company. Although they are no longer the company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. 5 pieces are small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that, since the late 20s, have been pressed into the shape of a maple leaf, although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. As tastes have changed, so have the 5 flavors, right? From elderberry to what, like goose nickel. But the shape and combination with maple have remained consistent. Honestly, I'm a sucker for maple. You know, I'd probably gobble this up. There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have a 5 pieces advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Unfortunately, when you click through the website, all the image links are broken. Okay, by Charles Lee. This is a part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. It starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. Book ends with a look into the future of candy, blah, blah, blah. They got everything wrong. Yeah, hate to see that from a print book. And we found a newspaper ad for 5 pieces from the 1930s. Now, why do I need to know this? States that the flavors are inspired by their children, and then the order is grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, and the newest flavor, miracle berry. And then obviously this would be Miracle Roottrees, because he's like the 5th kid. I mean, we know they have 5 kids. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Are we looking for, do we have 5 kids on the pin board? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 kids. All right. So it's 5 kids is 5 kids. Sweet history. States that the flavors. I mean, we're not really gonna get. Actually, we might be able to get the name from like the what like the first letter of the like candy name. Like if M for Miracle. Like let's pretend that M isn't so on the nose of Miracle, and then Miracle Roottrees. Let's say like M, you could derive Miracle from M. So what, like C-E Roottrees, E Roottrees, G Roottrees? I mean, that's not really gonna help us. But burst of beautiful blossoming blended berries. This, I don't think this piece of evidence really is good for us, honestly. It's kind of not really doing anything, not that I can think of. When, I mean, I'm also just start taking pictures, right? When I pulled the water damage of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Okay. I never read this. I should read this. This should give me like something. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of the dead man's office. Carl. Yeah, Carl Roottrees. Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend funeral. Traditional to have it as soon as possible. And Ernie, more than anyone else, knew how busy your job could be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together. Okay, so Ernie might be a root tree. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Caught it too late for him to get on a donor list. Company took care of us. Unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew that it had been Carl to convince the trust. Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Alright, Ernie. Ernie, who the heck are you? Ernie Roottrees? It's a lucky... He doesn't seem like a popular public figure. Does he have a LinkedIn? Nope, nothing. That's not good. Debbie Roottrees, possibly? I mean, no one has to say that Ernie is the Roottrees in the family. No, nothing. Nothing for Debbie Roottrees. What am I looking for here, then? Nicole Roottrees? Nothing. Okay. Let's see. Can I get anything from this, really? Carl and Brenda... I mean, what? I mean, if I search up Roottrees funeral, first off, nothing comes up, which is incredible since the Roottrees have just died. You'd think there'd be a article about their funeral, but I guess we're not up to the times, are we? Convince the trust. Anything about that? Roottrees trust? Just trust in general. It was very broad, but no, okay. I don't think we can really find much from here. Shiva candle? I don't know. Like... No, nothing. Okay, so let's consider this piece of evidence useless for now. Not much you can really do with it. What if we... Can I, like, mark these off to, like, not... Like, just... Note... Because, like, I don't need some of these. Like, do I need this? Oh, well, there's Ernie. Okay, well, I'm glad I kept it, huh? This was for Ernie, right? Ernie, yeah, this is Ernie. What does it say about Ernie Jr.? Blah, 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 blah. Seeing the man, I probably wrote this down, honestly. Cousins, right? Ernie Jr., second cousin of Carl, president. Really? There's nothing for Ernie Jr.? When he was the president of Roottrees? Oh, well, there you go. Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Roottrees Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl Roottrees, and one website even says he was Carl's mentor. He was apparently very successful, but not so much as a public figure. That figures. Get it? He was rarely seen in public and stepped down due to illness in 1996. He has since passed away. What can I do with Ernie Jr.? He proceeded, but... I mean, these people look like pretty young. So I'm thinking Ernie is what's it called? I mean, we knew. I wrote this down. Ernie's a cousin. Cousin means that, yeah. So it's going to be a, what's it called? A great grandchild. So someone here is Ernie. What it has to be. Well, it could be any of these, honestly. That's the thing, isn't it? It could be you. It could be you. As long as they're in the same line as Carl, then it could be Ernie. We're gonna have to find out Ernie's parents somehow. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Can I search up like Roottrees Candy Company, Roottrees president? First few pages are news results about plane crash, countless advertisements. Carl Roottrees is eulogized. Okay, useless. Is my history saved from last time? Yes, it is. That's quite nice, I guess. I mean, yeah, we're not really... If his public figure status was, like, pretty piss poor, we are not going to find much about Ernie Jr. on the... What's it called? The web. Maybe a periodical? Because... He was the president there. Carl is mentioned in the Butler County Times quite often, including an article. Most of the articles concerning Carl... I searched up Ernie Jr. and you gave me Carl? Are not important. One announces Carl's marriage to Brenda in 1978. Sure. Another seems more frivolous. Apparently in 1981, Carl got quite drunk at a charity event and broke his arm. Okay, cool. The article also mentions that Ernie is from 1996 when Carl took over as the 5th president of the Roottrees Candy Company from Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. apparently liked to stay out of the spotlight and never appeared in Butler County Times other than a few mentions here and there. Can I get those few mentions, perhaps? The article does mention an illness as the... Can I delete this welcome text? As the reason Ernie Jr. was stepping down. Okay. Not really helping me. But I guess we could start searching up, like, yes, what's it called? Like family members. Okay, useless. Fantastic. Elias was too popular. Business Watch. Okay, hold on, because this focuses on company leaders, right? Give me an Ernie Jr. from the Business Watch. You find an article from December 1995. Root, president to take over Roottrees. Due to heart illness, Ernie Jr. is stepping down as president of Roottrees at the start of the second quarter. His second cousin means, yeah, I mean, yeah, we knew the same great grandparents, but not the same grandparents. I think we could have guessed that one. Well, it's good to know he's second. That helps. Let me actually note that down. Ernie Jr. second cousin. Oh, I already wrote that down. Okay, great. And for more Watchmen, it has been 13 years since Ernie was forced into the role of president. Back then, not much was known about the man other than his full name. The years since, he has taken on a bit of a reputation as a real-life Wonka. Really close to saying real-life Wanka, isn't it? He's known as a bit eccentric and reclusive, opting to be called Ernie Jr. and to forego the typical luxuries of an average Roottrees. In our estimation, he has been a shrewd businessman. Ernie Jr. has led Roottrees to record profits by developing new products, including Maple Crisps, and by spearheading the formation of Roots. With his cousin, probably, Carl, in 1982, after learning of Brenda Roottrees' power in fashion. Okay. I guess we should write this down as well. Developed. I mean, I don't think we're going to learn anything about Maple Crisps. Is crazy. About Ernie just from searching up Maple Crisps, but you never know. Helped to form Root. Man, Ernie is hard to learn about. Maple Crisps. Give me anything about Maple Crisps. I don't think this will be relevant. But most recent product. Wafers and nuts and maple flavoring. Website says they came into be during the tenure of Ernie Jr. Yeah. Commercial that aired a few years back. All right, so irrelevant. We don't need to know. We don't care. Okay. Who else should I search up while we're here? Business leaders. Anything about Jim Roottrees? Nothing relevant. Sam. Nope. Caroline Morden? Probably not. Wow. You find a cover story. I didn't think this would pop up. Cover story about local art installations, including one by Caroline Morden. There isn't much about Caroline. No wait, I have read this. Image of, yeah, we knew it is. We already looked at the book Art and Beauty of Woman. Okay, not much to get there done. Hold on. I want to see maybe Clancy. Clancy Roottrees. Nothing relevant. Okay. And I have for this I mean Clancy, he's like a professor, right? He would probably write a book, but I have to also know the book title. Was there anything in these what's it called? In Lauren's book about what is this? Clancy wrote anything? Clancy, Zach. I should probably search up Zach Roottrees. We should probably do that. Give me a Zach, please. He was a president. Really? Nothing? That's actually insane. Let's look it up here. Really? This guy's like off the grid. Zach definitely took over the company. Secret meeting in Zach's office. I mean, Lauren says Yeah, Zach's not a bad president after all. Well, Gwyn could be someone interesting to search up, I guess, from the periodicals. Butler County Times. Yeah. Search up Gwyn. Why not? Local movie theaters that happen to list Gwyn Roottrees' name in cast list for the films. Almost all of them are for Guys Like Us and Christmas Mission. Gwyn was not a resident of Butler County for long, after all. Okay. What are we looking for then? Have we not looked at any piece of evidence that's like pretty relevant? No. Don't really need to look at that. Where do you know about this? CM. CM. Like, hold on. CM? No, that's CE. I was thinking about a cinnamon extract root tree over here. 5 pieces. Did I used to have elderberry? Did I miss that? E is for elderberry? Yes, they did. Okay. Anything here? Aunt Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn root tree? Perhaps? Nothing. Give me it again here. Gwen. Did I have the right name? It's possible I did not have the name. Yeah, that's not the right name at all. Let me try that again. Nope, she apparently never lived in a damn county. Let me just read this whole thing. Eli Jr. So that's like some president at some point, right? Eli, wasn't Eli Jr. No, that was Ernie Jr. Eli Jr., huh? Give me an Eli Jr., please. Eli Jr. Nope. Irrelevant in the eyes of the internet. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden. Morden. Was Morden a root tree? By any chance? Give me a Morden. A lot of Mordens. Morden Zachariah? I mean, we might as well just start looking at names, right? Zachariah Morden. Zachariah Morden? I don't think I spelled that right. I'm not going to lie. That seems a little off. Morden, not even... Wait, hold on. Woman, men... Was it woman, men, and then... Okay, no, it's just woman and men. I thought it was woman, men, and then like people not related. Although I guess if we knew the people not related, we would not have to do this. Morden Zachariah. And just in case, let me put that in the other direction. I don't know if it like that. No, nothing about him. I guess we could look up... Hold on, if I just... Let's get a name I know will work. Let's get I don't know, where's a root tree in here? Gwyn root tree. If I look it up like this, last name, comma, first name. No, you have to do it the other way. Okay. Fine by me. Anything from this image about the... What's it called? The free spirits. Free spirits are the grandchildren? No, they're the great-grandchildren. Most recent gen. This photo has a note attached. Every 20 or so years, Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This one is from the 70s, and Carl's a teenager in the middle. This is Carl, huh? Snap! Might as well put that on the list. There you go, Carl. I guess you do have that same swooshy hairstyle. Sorry about the water damage. On the back of the photo, it says November. Large amount of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson. Next President Guy Hudson? Like he's a successor? Okay. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year. Jeez, what a flop of a product. Sorry, I gotta just read these texts. Blah, blah, blah. Submitted. Oh, fantastic. There goes the assignment. And that was Guy Hudson's first and historically most cited move as the president of Roottrees. In an attempt to cater more towards what he thought the average person wanted, Guy looked at his own wealth when he was a rich boy, and he decided to add fancy flavors because anybody could live like the wealthy then. And then he tried to mimic caviar. Did well in the foreign markets. Quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would go back to normal as soon as possible. Okay, time to look at the Guy Hudson from all these periodicals. Butler County Times does not archive obituaries, but Guy Hudson and his wife died. Okay. I guess we should write these. So who was Guy Hudson? He was a president of Roottrees, but he's like so... Like, he's not at all Roottrees. Guy Hudson. President of Roottrees at some point in life. And then, okay, that's all we really need to know from that. I don't care that he made caviar 5 pieces. Died with wife Patricia in car accident. Story is surprisingly light on relevant details due to the recency of the accident. Police reported the crash was caused by an unidentified driver who swerved in front of Hudson's car, causing them to brake hard and veer off the interstate. Guy was a somewhat controversial president. Foul play is not suspected. Witnesses swerving 5 or 6 minutes before the accident. One witness says it could have been any of us. Aggressor fled. Guy had only been president for 4 years. He and his wife had no children. That's a pretty big news for figuring out who is who in this veritable game of who's who. Welcome 47 to Paris. Is the Viktor Novikov. I can't do I don't even remember her name. Who was the hand? Diana. I can't do it, Diana. 47. Welcome to Paris. No, this is tragic. Viktor Novikov and I don't like Dalia Tangoon or whatever. It's a veritable who's who of the wealthy elite. If you get what I'm saying, you get it. After all, it was the only free mission in Hitman that they gave. So, I mean, if you were like me and you couldn't buy like the $40 game until like recently when they started discounting it for insane prices, you would hear, welcome 47 to Paris so many times. So no children, and I should figure out where in the... No, I know what generation you are, because if we look at the evidence, you are literally in what's it called? The free spirits. Are these in order? No, they're not in order. Because Carl is in the middle, but Carl's name is like last, next to last. Okay, but I need to write down you are a free spirit, so... And that means the free spirit gen is great grandchild. Does anybody... How many people in the great grandchild generation have no children? So these people are like Carl, James... or great grandchildren, and he was married, so let's check it out. Married, yes. Children, no. Married, yes. And it's like, you know, it's not like the Roottrees last name, so it might be like more of a branch family. Married, yes. Children, yes. We already discovered that. Married with children, married with children, married with children. Divorced twice, doesn't make sense. A single, something happened here, but still married with children. Married, no children. Possibly? I mean, it could be, and this is single, so it's gotta be... What's your name again? I'm sorry. First off, I should put this into... I wish there was a way to just copy the whole note, but what can you do? You were a great-grandchild, so you gotta go here. Miracle Third. Oh yeah, Miracle Third. No, Miracle Third is probably... Yeah, this can't... It's gotta be Miracle Third here, isn't it? Like, let's not lie. It's Miracle... Are you telling me that, like, the person over here... Are you telling me Caroline looked at Miracle Jr. and said, yep, time to name our child Miracle Roottrees Third? No way, no how. So in that case, it's probably over here. So no children. So we want you. And you are Guy Hudson, probably. Take a stab at it. Guy Hudson. You were a president for 4 years. What was your what's the word? Your run time? I mean, we can probably take a guess. It's probably second or third. Because we know Carl was the most recent, and before that was probably like Earl Jr. Who was it? Ernie Jr. Yeah, so it's probably Carl was the most recent president. Ernie Jr. was the second most recent. I'm guessing that what's his name? Guy Hudson, probably 3rd president. Let's just mark that down for now. I think that makes the most sense. Whereas here's 5, right? Yeah. So that I think might make sense because this will be first. None of Elias's children were president, so it got passed on to the next generation. And that was Zach, I believe. Yeah, Zach was the 2nd president after Elias, and then it would have passed on to where were you, Hudson? Guy Hudson, 3rd president, or it could have been what was his name? There's so many names, man. Or it could have been Ernie Jr. So it's either Ernie Jr. was 3rd or Guy Hudson was 3rd, and then transferred vice versa, and then it finally went to Carl, because we know Carl's the 5th. Carl the 5th. Sounds like a knight in ye olden times. Did you have a name? Did you have a wife, guy, that I didn't look at? You did. Your wife was... I just saw it. Patricia Hudson, I presume. Patricia. Oh, that's not good. There's 2 Patricias. Patricia Jones? Let's just try and search this up then. I guess they're going by maiden names. Nothing relevant. And the other one was Patricia Christensen. What her name? Christensen Steel was a steel company in Butler County. On a World War II history page, you find that it contributed to the war effort by creating parts for vehicles, but after that went out of business. Christensen Steel and Patricia Christensen both are mentioned in a book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. Steamy Correspondence? Is this like a romance novel? Or is this like a book? You know what I'm saying? Tina Angelina. God damn it. Historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by context from the book's author. Here's Patricia, though. In 1934, someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendos, blah, blah, blah. Patch is thought to have been Patricia Christensen, a daughter of the owner of Christensen Steel. Her nickname was Pat, and Ch were the first 2 letters of her last name. And I thought I was a conspiracy theorist, but you know what? That's fair play. Let's write this down. Patricia Christensen. So you were the daughter of owner of Christ Steel. Patricia, who would have been in her mid-20s when her letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. Okay. Married to a nobody. Probs. I mean, Guy Hudson was like a notable guy. He was the president of a company. So with that, we're going to make an assumption here and say that, where is Guy? Patricia, the other Patricia Jones. There we go. Let's make that assumption. Steamy bits. Mention a daughter. Leading Tina to theorize that the letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. Okay. Add secret kid. Letter ends on a mention of a twisted twin. If not for her story, blah, blah, blah. When you read this? If not for her story, yours and mine would be tragic. How awful it is that such beauty was ripped and worse sent to live in your brother's twisted twin. She was an outcast, forced to live a life of labor under a wicked relative. Like something from the start of a fable. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that might mean. Perfect. Great. I mean, it seems like I don't need to know about this. But, I mean, she was on the name list. Well, she was on the name list, but so was like Red Jr., right? Where was that guy? Was it in here? Hold on. Red Roottrees. Is he on this list? If he is, then we know there's red herrings like hell on earth. Red Roottrees. Red. There is no Red Roottrees, so I guess we should assume that the names on here are actually important. And the name we're looking for was Patricia Christensen. She is on here. I guess we should look up the Christensen like Steel Company then. Christensen Steel. I mean, you're gonna give me the same, yeah, the same thing. Steel. Well, it's in Butler County, so let's go ahead. Butler County Times. Okay. Christensen Steel was a steel company in early 1900s. Some are old birth announcements. Then owner Matthias Christensen, daughter of owner Matthias, owner Christensen Steel. The only name that looks familiar is Patricia, the third of his 4 children. Goodness gracious. I guess we should start writing out for Matthias. Matthias Christensen. So you had 4 children. So first off, you're the owner of Christensen Steel. You had 4 kids. Okay. We can get rid of this. There was a front page article in 1944 stating that the vice president of the US had stopped to visit the factory floor. That's big news, huh? Company stopped being advertised around 1949. Around that time, there was a blurb stating Matthias was stepping down and attempting to sell the company. Okay. If I search up Matthias Christensen in here, are you going to give me the same article? Did I spell that name right? It's possible I didn't. No, okay. Well, luckily, Business Watch has our back. Okay, great. No, he's like a... wow, he's just like gone, huh? Not even a Business Watch? It's crazy. Let's just search up. Let me just read the article again. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Steel. That's what I searched up, right? Yeah. So we had 4 children. That's about as much as we know. Which might help, honestly. Because not a lot of people here have 4 children. Except, you know, this person. A little suspicious. I would like to know... I mean, we could make an assumption that... But why would his last name be Christensen? That's interesting, isn't it? Why would he not keep Roottrees? I mean, if he's not a Roottrees, he's like the great-grandfather of like some of the most, like the hugest branch in the family. I kind of want to know more before I say, yeah, this is definitely, what's his name? Matthias Christensen. Christensen. Really? I can find nothing else about Christensen Steel? Thank you. Christensen Steel was a steel company in Butler County. Business Watch mentions a few times around World War II. Yeah, Vice President showed up. Article from about 4 years after the war ended said the expansions and modifications they made to their factory were no longer sustainable and the company was being sold. I think you're more important than I give you credit for. You've got to be. I mean, why is your name on here, you know? Yes, Steamy Correspondence. Steamy Correspondence, really the best source I have? That's incredible. Was married to an older man of no notable status. Mention a daughter. Written to the father of a child. Twisted twin. If you not for her story, yours and mine would be tragic. How awful it was that beauty was ripped and sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. I mean, World War II, that lines up with the timeline, because we know that Lauren's husband died in World War II. Although that might mean like they would belong here, you know, in the great-grandchildren area, but none of these great-grandchildren have 4 kids. The only person who has 4 kids is this person in the middle right here. So let's just keep looking. Left an outcast, forced to live a life of labor under a wicked relative, she deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. Someday I shall return to you, and I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. Yeah, this is just cryptic as hell. I mean, great. Not too useful to us. We learned all we really could about Crisis and Steel. I mean, there's like nothing about it, honestly. If I could find out how he's related to... what was it called? Huh. If I could find out how he's related to Elias, I'd be very confident about putting him into this slot, but as it stands, like, why would he change his name as the first child? Did he hate Elias that much or something? Four kids. I mean, it has to be this guy. You know, like... Also, I don't have an image of him even, unless he was somewhere around here. Wait, hold on. We could look at the... Hold on. Give me the original... Found the original family. Angie... let's look for names. I'm looking for Matthias. Eli Jr. designed it. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo. Miracle... We were told only the 5 pieces. They posed us with Mr. Morden. Yeah, I don't know who any of these people are. I mean, other than the fact that this is probably like, what's it called? Pop even had it framed as him on the left. Pop. Okay, so this is, what's his name? This is Elias. Unless it ain't. No, this is Lauren's dad. What, even know who Lauren's dad is? Lauren's dad is... So this is Lauren's dad, apparently. This has to be lost because we locked in Lauren. We know that Lauren called her dad Pops. It's not like a name for a guardian or anything. Lauren, this picture was famous. Pop, father, had it framed. That's him on the left. Okay. I mean, should I assume? The new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. So it's not like an old warehouse that we could just say it's like, you know, it's Matthias. Did Lauren change her name? Lauren, okay. Married name, no. No, the father couldn't have been, what's it called? Well, I mean, it could have been, but the father is unlikely to be, I'm sorry, who was this? Matthias Christensen, because he was a steel company owner. And Lauren's dad was the head lawyer for the candy company. I should be searching up Clanced Trust, by the way. I should have searched that up a long time ago. Clanced Trust. Can you hear that police car? I hope you can. Shame you can't. Maybe you can. Clanced Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottrees, who was... Oh, there you go. Clancy Edward Roottrees, who was Elias's son. Clancy Edward Roottrees. Head lawyer, known father to Lauren. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative, all caps, at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never been fully disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. Clanced Trust is known for being endlessly impossible to get around due to the many checks and balances written into it. This is a long one. Though there have been a few situations in which family members have been tried to forcibly remove each other from the trust. Most details are vague since it's internal. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus some thing in 1994. Well, looking into the Clan's trust, you find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. I'm going to make this a new page, just cause I think it deserves it. You should feel so special. Okay, so, okay. What are we writing down? What's important here? Okay. Profit trust that is represented by bank accounts given to each blood relative at birth, opened at 18. Okay. That's just a whole on note. Blah blah blah. Many people, family members have had disputes and tried to force others out of this. Okay. So what we really want to make sure we know is talked in the Roottrees versus RR case in 1994. And then when Clan's trust went into effect, so did 5-piece guarantee. Okay, we have some things to work off of now. So first off, we know for a fact that father, who's a lawyer to Lauren, is Clancy Edward Roottree. Clancy Jr., not you. Although now that we know that, there's probably one of these is probably Clancy Jr., right? I mean, I think we knew that anyways. Who was Clancy Jr.? We had a Clancy Jr. This would be the great-grandchildren. Clancy Jr. Really, no Clancy Jr.? Clancy, was it a great-grandchildren? Was I looking in the wrong spot? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? We have Ernie, I think I keep thinking of Ernie Jr. Okay. Clancy, you were a lawyer, if anything. Your spouse, who knows? We'll figure that out one day. That's good though. Let's keep looking at this Clan's trust thing, shall we? So, don't know if we can really find it on the internet, but let's try this. The Roottrees versus RR. Very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Clan's trust. A legal student, I mean, yeah, it is a legal student. A legal student that attended the lecture, or I mean, maybe they're freaking, what's it called? When you take a class, but you don't really like auditing a class. Yeah, maybe just like, maybe it's a freaking engineer. Wrote the following on a legal oddities website. RR attempted to unsuccessfully remove a fellow family member from the trust. Okay. RR was someone who tried to remove family member from trust. RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock. Fam was born out of... I'm gonna have to search up what wedlock is. I kind of forget. Argument 2. They committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Fam committed crime against other fam. Still, due to the ironclad wording of Clan's trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant without completely dissolving the trust. No more information. Okay. That's RR, huh? RR. Anybody in our name list of an R that's just really wants to step up to the plate? R. Anyone with an RR? Rootree Robert? I mean, yeah, it could be Rootree Robert or Robert Rootree? or possibly Ronald McDonald Roottrees. Okay. Let's just give a quick look at these. I mean, maybe RR gives something. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Robert Roottrees. Nope. And then Ronald Roottrees. Nope. Okay, periodicals me please. Let's go to the Butler County Times. Robert Roottrees. Nope. Ronald Roottrees. Nope. Okay, perfect. Great. Just what I want to see. I mean, while we're here though, let's look at the Butler County Times for the Clance Trust. See if they have anything. Nope, nothing. How about Business Watch? Doubtful. Wow, I'm surprised it's in here. Clance Trust was mentioned many times in Business Watch from the 40s and 50s. It allows the entire Roottrees family to earn money based on the profits. Yes. First article mentions the infallible legal aspects of what? Mentions that the infallible legal aspects of it were designed by Clancy Edward Roottrees to secure the future of his father's famous name, and we already searched online. So now we would like to see what the heck this 5-piece guarantee is. I'm sorry, guarantee. I get some water in me, yeah? Five-piece guarantee, in combination with Clance Trust, was Elias Roottrees' attempt to ensure that the Roottrees Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity. A little grandiose, isn't it? In isolation, it's somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Roottrees' president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces? When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, it was 25 cents a year. Now it's $4. Man, $4 a year? You gotta have a second job. Combined with the Clance Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Okay, fair. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president. Jeez, man, that's some nepotism. And he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was smart is highly debated. 5-piece guarantee. I mean, this is heavily related to business, so it's gotta be on here somewhere, yeah? Did I spell that wrong? Or sometimes this thing just doesn't have info and sometimes it does. Okay, Butler County Times? Wow. Nothing. I mean, the 5-piece guarantee doesn't really tell me anything then. Like, it doesn't matter. Right? I don't think it should matter. So what do I have now? Unfortunately, this didn't get us as much information as I'd like. I mean, now we know about it, which is cool, I guess. Also, how many pages can I add? Do I have like a limited amount of pages? Oh, jeez, it just stacks. That's not good. I was hoping there'd be like a page 2 or something. Not just like making smaller my tabs. I kind of need the space, yeah? Who do I have locked? Can't tell. Great. I would kind of like to know who I have locked, honestly. And I don't even have an image for Guy Hudson. I mean, he's in here somewhere. Okay. Let me reread my notes. Have I missed anything that I should be looking at? Because there's been some stuff in here that I just like haven't really delved into that I just wrote down. Children. We searched up Clancy. We got him actually down, which is great. Name Junior. Children. Margot. Is it possible for Margot to be the mother of Gwen? Yes, it is. We have no idea who Margot. Well, no, we do have an idea where Margot is. Margot's in here. Because, right? Was there Margot in here? Okay, maybe Margot was not in there. Was Margot in here? Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson. Ernie Jr. Do we have an Ernie Jr.? I think we do. This was the which generation? The Free Spirits? So great-grandchildren? No, sorry, grandchildren. Sorry, wait. Free Spirits is the newest generation. I'm sorry. Ernie Jr. Is that on my... Yes. Second cousin of Carl. And Carl was the main guy who died. Okay. Caroline. Clark, Carl. Do I have Clark? Son of Lauren. Married at some point to Danielle. I mean, if we know that, I should put that on immediately. No reason not to. Oh, well, no, if it's the son of Lauren, then it just has to be here. Clark. Clark Rafferty. Anything about you online, just so I can have an idea who your image is? Clark Rafferty? A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mentioned an album called These Times. Thank you. Band called, what was it? Jack and Diamond? No, that wasn't it. What was the band's name? Jim and Diamond? Yeah, Jim and Diamond. Band called, I don't know, Clark something and Jim and Diamond released These Times. Someone with the username Diehard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together, form of Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister? Diamond's sister? You can't find anything else about Diehard Dazzler, the band, or the single. You scan the evidence. Blazing fast, 35-minute download. The track is available. Okay, well, you're covering your faces. Great. Do you have, by any chance, the... what's it called? Can I really listen to this? Anyway, so you're not gonna, like, show me the... what's it called? The... No, I don't want to... I don't want... Come on. I don't want to listen... Give me my jazz. Oh. You good? Maybe I'll just have to silence. No, I forgot we could just play this. Babylon by Kevin MacLeod. Slow Burn by Emmanuel Trabuco. Walking Along. I'm so glad Kevin MacLeod is still a hit single. I mean, I guess I'll take all their pictures and try to match it up. Unless it somewhere says here the name. No, probably not. Music and lyrics by Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottree. Backup vocals by... I mean, if I can figure out who Jim is in the picture just by looking at what Jim looks like when he was older, I guess. Jim, which one could you be? You both look the same. You had a beard, though. I mean, this could have just been a younger James. I mean, this is one hell of a beard. Kind of hard to say. I mean, let's just take a guess, I guess. Hard to say. And then, what was your occupation? You were... I mean, you didn't do anything after, like, one song. Maybe you're still, like, a famous songwriter? Nope. Nothing at all. Then they split up. So you think they'd be pretty known for their divorce. I mean, not to say that, you know, every divorce has got to be super public, but hard to say. And then we don't care about the sister, apparently, for Diamond. Yeah, I have no idea what you look like. I mean, you're blonde, so probably that. Probably. Was there a picture of Clark? There was a picture of Clark here. It's kind of hard to say again, though. And it had Jim Roottrees, so there's a bunch of fashionable looking guys here. And we know it's not in order. Interesting. This girl here is definitely... Is it probably this person? Stephanie Jones? I mean, Stephanie Jones. I can probably guess that, this is Stephanie Jones. I mean, we might as well go for it, right? Did I take a picture? Apparently not. Stephanie, I'm gonna take a guess here and say that you're this person. No, but you don't even have a second picture. Well, no, it could be. No, it wouldn't be Morden. Morden, why would Morden be that young in that picture if she was from the Free Spirit generation? That doesn't make sense. Now I'm confused. Get out of here. You don't belong there anymore. I don't know. What about this picture? So this is the next generation. For all time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left. So this is Eli. Whoever this is. The leftmost person is Eli. We haven't really... Have I seen a lot about Eli from the next generation? Next generation is just the grandchildren. Eli. I don't even have a thing about Eli in here. Misk? Matthias, Patricia, Guy, Harrison's useless. Aloysius is useless. I don't really have Eli Roottrees, do I? I should probably get on that. I have a picture of him already, so that'd be an easy pick if I can find out information about him. And then Miracle made it in. I guess Miracle is probably, I mean, he used to wear an eye patch. It's probably this guy. This is probably Miracle. Did I put that down already? I probably did. Did I? I'm gonna take a guess and say that, Miracle over here was this guy when he grew up. And Miracle Roottrees Jr. was, would have been the kid in the photo. Snap. Okay. You were probably this kid, if I had to guess. Anyhow, so yeah, Eli Roottrees. Can we find out anything about Eli Roottrees? We have a photo. Nothing for Butler Counties. Nothing for Business Watch. I think I've searched his name up already, honestly, and nothing came back. Man, he's not in existence. Sam, Eli. I mean, we know who Eli is, but I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, my bad. But I was outvoted. They insisted the four of us stand together. And we know this is Lauren. So so this is Lauren and her three younger brothers. So one of these is Eli. But again, we don't know anything about Eli. I mean, this might have been, the leftmost person might have been Sam for all we know, but Sam worked with like the farmers, right? But there's no one else here who, I mean, everyone's wearing a suit, so it doesn't matter. Eli, did anyone say anything about Eli? Lauren probably has the most info about the whole family. Married name, son called Clark. Mother's family called Coselles. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I say that, but we could try and figure out the spouse of right here. Where was your Coselles? Cosell Sarah? Perfect. I mean, might as well look it up while we're at it too, right? I mean, you seem like a pretty private kind of family, so... Yeah, I couldn't have imagined. Sarah Cosell. Business Watch, Butler County Times, nothing. Okay. I feel like I'm missing a few books that I could have searched up. Oh well. Let's see. Father, blah, blah, blah. Brother of Lauren. We still couldn't find... Wait, what? Likely father of Carl. Did we ever find out more about Clancy? I would have loved to find out more about... I would have liked to find out more about the siblings. Let me reread this book, maybe. Because there's so much information about... like... Lauren gives a lot of information about the family, like the most out of anybody. So Carl is officially Free Spirit, we knew that. Danielle is his wife, apparently, so... Frank's Danielle. Anything about Frank's Danielle? Danielle Frank's? I mean, it was a divorce. Like, I hate to say it, but there's probably like some news about it, right? Nope. Unless I'm searching that wrong. Danielle. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Alright, we'll just assume. Clark, Jacob and I put Jacob, right? Yes, Rafferty Jacob. I knew that though. Well, I think I did. Carl, but Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. So then that would probably make sense, right? If this was Clancy, then Pop forced Clancy. So let's just put in Clancy for now, just because I really do believe, yeah, and there's Clancy Jr. Although I don't, and he would probably be like a professor. He was the lecturer, right? What was it? Where was it? Where's Lauren? With Lauren, we'll find Clancy. Yeah, lectured about the Middle Ages. So it's just a guess of what he looks like. Kind of hard to say, because we only have this image and they're all grouped. I mean, you look like a professor. Can I not? I'm gonna make a stereotype. The guy with glasses is probably a professor, right? Look at that, perfect. I'm sure that makes so much sense, right? I'm sure it does. Okay. What else can I get? Kind of running out of stuff to go off of here, honestly. Are we sure there was like nothing at all about what was his name? I want to know more about Clancy, just because I can really make sure that he's the father of Carl then. Angie, Roottree, anything about her? I'm just looking for anything that could lead to more stuff. Nothing for Angie, Roottree. I just need I need another good book of a lot of information, you know? Business Watch? No. Have I read it? I think I've read everything about the businessmen, the presidents that I can. Nancy. I don't care about Business Watch. He was a professor. Nothing. Yeah, 'cause this Clancy guy was off the grid. Yeah. Okay. Let me just, I don't know, I'll reread some of this stuff again, I guess. I think this has a lot of answers, honestly. Edward is set to depart. Edward? Did I ever read about Edward? Misk? Edward Roottree. Anything about that? Edward Roottree? He would have been a lawyer then. No. Is that how you spell it? Edward Roottree? Am I making... It is Edward... Okay, it is Edward Roottree. Periodicals... Nothing. Business Watch? Probably nothing. Yeah, nothing. Man, there's nothing these days. Let's get rid of some stuff while we're at it. We don't need Peter. We don't need this guy. We don't need Red Roottree. We don't need Harrison Lane. I mean, unless we want to just put in, like, I don't know. Where's, when... I don't know, what happened here? So you married, and then you split up, and then... What's with this box? You know what I'm saying? So you had... Like... This was like an affair? Like you had one kid with one person, and another kid with another person? What's going on there? That's a crazy one. Anyhow. Maybe I'm just getting old. Swashbuckle my heart. Did I ever look up Swashbuckle my heart? I think I did, but it like didn't bring anything up, right? Swash, no, not steamy swashers. Swashbuckle my heart by, and then this would say like it's a version that was made after the original, or maybe I just screwed it up. Swashbuckle my heart by Lauren Roottree, or it could have been, what was it, Lauren Rafferty? Yeah, out of print. Re-released as X marks the spot. And then this would have been under Lauren Roottree. Okay, hello, sweetheart. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottree from the author of the Court series. It also says to keep an eye out for Lauren Roottree's next book, Revisiting the Diary 10 years later. Thank you very much. Just give me a copy paste on that, sweetheart, why don't you? Sorry, I keep saying sweetheart like it's like the 1960s. I guess this game is having an effect on me. Scandal, not text. This was a version of Lauren Roottrees' diary released in 1975. Unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures, but has many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. That's good. One major event happened between releases that changed Lauren's outlook: the death of Elias. A summary of the fallout has been added. Okay, let's get to work. So, Lauren is the goat, by the way. She, is this just the same image? You really just photoshopped that into a nondescript background, huh? But Lauren really is the goat here. She's giving us all this tea on the family. Okay. New diary opens with explosive incident that happened in a decade between the last book and this book. Elias had died. During the will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud: Samantha Roottree. Now, Samantha could have been... There was one distant relative called Sam, the obscure relative who Elias wanted to be in family gatherings. I thought it was a guy, honestly. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retained the rights to run the farm. Okay, so this is definitely Samantha. Stipulation worked alongside. Okay, we want to keep this. Let's just make this a secondary note. When Elias died, received farm. Okay. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was a quiet shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently... Oh, brother. Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Okay. I gotcha now. Oh, man. So children... Oh, I see. Name Junior, huh? Yeah, sure. Elias Jr. Married to Patsy. In other words, married to Patricia Christensen C. Misk, aka Patsy. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, yes, we knew that, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. A little early, don't you think? Saxophone is crazy. She became... I know I've said that so many times, but like when it blows, man. She became pregnant, and after her birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Yeah, that makes sense. Her baby, Samantha... okay. Where's my misc? Patricia had a secret kid. Samantha, who was sent to Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. EC. Hold on, can I have a quick second really quickly? Excuse me. EC was not... Yeah, it was CE. I'm confusing it. This is quite a lot. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gen had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in the first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Yeah, I think I remember that. I think we took notes on that, honestly. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, appreciated this. Patsy Eli Jr. finally married. Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place. Sam is your daughter, right? Yes. Samantha Roottree is the daughter of Elias. Okay, go, gotcha. Even though she was not part of the clan's trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs, and then Lauren wrote about Sam. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So if we look at the corkboard now, who had an affair or who had something happen? What can we figure out? Actually, we can't really figure out anything, can we? It's not you. It's not you, because the daughter would be Sam, not Gwen, unless Sam changed her name to Gwen later on. Kind of doubt it. It could have been this family, honestly, or it could have been this family. No, but we don't. Well, let's keep reading. Maybe if they had one child, we know who they are, where they are in the family standing. If they had 2, we also probably know where they are in the family standing. Sam. Okay, Samantha Roottrees, you are pretty damn important. Have I written about you? No, you're probably gonna get your own thing now. Samantha Roottrees, daughter of Patricia. No, Elias Jr. first. He's more important. Elias Jr. and Patricia. Companion piece to the entry about Sam. Let me just move this first of all. Let me just move these around. To put Matthias above Patricia and then Samantha below Patricia. Perfect. Clearly, I did not know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottrees. All my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been a sister figure Gwen never was. Okay, still on that, huh? Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem... Who's Ernie? Ernie. Ernie? Ernie Jr. probably. Second cousin of Carl. No, it was a junior. Is there an Ernie in here? Let's write it down for now. Okay. Yeah, it has to be Ernie and yeah, it's not. She's not referring to Ernie Jr. when she's saying Ernie. Okay. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach, and it's been a long time since any real Roottrees was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother. Okay. I mean, we've heard all these names before. Gwyneth. Well, Gwyneth. Actually, I don't know about Gwyneth. But I'm not sure if she's a great-grandchild or a grandchild. I have Gwen. I have Zach. I don't have Gwyneth, though. This GG Cousins is gonna throw me off, isn't it? Ernie Jr. Yeah, have I written Ernie Jr. twice? Also, Ernie is not a great-grandchild. Ernie would be a grandchild, I believe. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with jet black hair and green eyes. That will help just to honestly have some sort of description. Jet black, finding out her image later. Doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess... Well, I don't think I'll need to find Patsy's picture. Just because she's not a blood relative. That skips a generation. Her children have that covered. It's hard... What? She doesn't have the thick... Sam is a direct daughter of Patsy. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. So Samantha's children has children, maybe? It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottrees. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the rights to rule over the peasants. Okay. One way to put it. Pop warned us to stay away from that farm. For years, I never met EC in person. Who the heck is EC? But Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. And if we do look at... these notes are starting to become a little too much, isn't it? Where was it missed? Where did I put... Yeah, worked alongside EC... John Miller, maybe? I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either, but even so, she seems to blame more than just two of them. She has no problem with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. Really? Why? I have not been paying attention maybe, but I don't really see it. Clark. Reading this book, I got deja vu. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Roottrees has ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob, and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Okay. but neither of us ever took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in the family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows that Eli C. stepped up and helped. Eli C. Give me that book back, please. EC. Eli C? Because we do have an Eli, right? As somewhere we have an Ernie. Eli C. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C practically raised Clark and Jim. Jeez, who's Jim? Eli C practically raised Clark, who is Lauren's son, and Jim, who was a singer, okay, right, as brothers whenever he could. Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, because he's a rock star. I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel, so Jane was Diamond's sister. It was going to be Jane Diamond, or Jane whatever it was. And I imagine they wouldn't last long as a trio, but I still don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation like that can last. And Lord knows I was right last time. Okay, Lauren, no need to throw some shade. But we know the second wife is now Jane, last name whatever Diamond was. Jane, did I say Jane? Jane LaRue. Jane LaRue. Your image, probably this one. I'm making a guess. I'm not gonna lie. It is a hard guess to who's who. It's a veritable who's who. 47. I made the same joke before. 47. Maybe I should switch these around. I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking off the beard, you know? Maybe it's babyface. I'll keep it as it is. Okay. So we know that. Running out of info here. I kind of want some juicy stuff. Page from 1975. Not a companion, but addresses feedback. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how similar names there are. And I get it. There are 4 Elis. Oh, jeez. But that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, or my cousin. That's why they become Uncle Junior, or Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Christ. Okay. 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 So, let's get this started. Miracles Eli, Ernie, Eli, Miracle the Third, Brenda Carl, Ernie Jr. I might just make a new page just for the Elis. Our family's names are always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father... Okay, so Gwyneth is officially the grand... Hold on, was Gwyneth? Am I stupid? This was... Okay, so Gwyneth, I think I did... Okay, that's idiotic of me. We're named Edward and Clancy. Okay, so now you see where my pop's name came from. What was your pop's name? Your pop was, it was in fact Clancy Edward. Wow. One thing that was always consistent is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes from Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. So we have Miracle Jr. We know there's an Eli. No, wait, Ernie Jr. Where the heck is an Eli? I've never written down Eli once, but I've seen that name come up a lot, but there's just been so many Elis. With the woman, it goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias's mother. Okay. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess it's because there's no female equivalent of Junior. Really? You can't name like a daughter Junior? I actually did not know that. So if you're not If you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. The government had problems. I received a certified mail for Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. I need to... These Eli's are gonna freak the crap out of me. The Eli's. Okay. There are 4 Eli's. First off. Facts, there are 4 Eli's. Or more. I don't know, maybe Lauren missed a 5th one. Maybe she hated an Eli. So it's probably Elias OG 1. Then there is probably Uncle Junior, aka Elias Jr. Then there was Miracles Eli, which is interesting. I have no idea what that means. And then there was Eli C. Eli C. If we try to look for this up. Okay, first off, Miracles Eli. Oh, Miracle did have 2 kids besides the firstborn son, who gets Junior. But then Elias, Roottrees Elias Jr., Roottrees Elias M, and that M, as respect to the person before him, father, is probably this one. So this will be Miracles Eli, whose M respects the miracle, okay? But we don't know who the heck that is. We'll search it up later. And then we know one of these, the firstborn son, is going to be Elias Jr. And then we have Eli C, who... Eli C is just Elias C. Roottrees. Okay, we need to look up these Eliases. It's a big deal. Okay. Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. Because your father's name was Clancy Edward Roottrees? Yes, Clancy Edward Roottrees. Okay. So, last page. Fun bonus. Yeah, see, when you name it Anger, it seems like a fun bonus, doesn't it? Apparently, this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, that she must have been on 3rd grade. Okay, whatever. I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She was dirty and didn't have a pretty dress. Good one. Me and Dad walked home in town and she hugged him. Okay, what? When I told her he was my pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, "Your pop is my dad." She screamed it loud and... I mean, yeah, wait. Secret sister? He was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing, so I pushed her too. Then Pop took her away. He told me, don't worry, I'm glad she is gone. Oh, brother. Okay, well, Pop, you are, had a secret daughter? Lauren's second book, last page. Okay, from this, I think our first line is to find out more about these Eli's. That'll probably help. So, Eli's. Let's take a look. We know about Elias Roottrees OG. Let's take a look at Elias Jr. Hello. Elias Roottrees Jr.'s name is listed on a website about historical buildings. He is listed alongside an old residence that has been preserved called Hunchetop House. You attempt to find more information about the man in the building, but come up empty. Pick you up on that? Yep, okay. Take a look at Butler County Times. Nothing relevant. Hunchetop House. small feature details a building that Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architecture firm worked on, so he was an architect. That's good to know. I guess I could put it here now. Called Hunchop House. It also mentions that Elias Jr. was Elias's oldest son. Yes, we know, first son gets the junior. Hunchtop House seems unrelated to the Roottrees. Just in case, can you do me a quick search? Thank you. Appreciate it. Still don't know who Elias Jr. was the father of. I kind of need to know that. Well, I mean, yeah, it's either this person who... I mean, this top secret thing is making me think it's the, like, affair of, like, Elias Jr. and, what's her name? Like, Sam or whatever who was. I'd say it's probably not a bad bet. We'll keep reading, though. Okay, Elias's... Miracles Eli. In other words... I should have written on the process. Yeah, there we go. Eli, Elias M. I have Elias C as well. Okay. Elias M. Nothing. Perfect. Elias M. Nothing at all. Wow, nothing. This guy's a mystery, huh? Anything here? No. Nothing for Elias M. Alright, Elias C. Nothing for Elias C. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Okay. I mean, we could try and make a gamble here. Just say that you are... But I don't know if you're an architect. I know that much. I don't know your image, though. Where would be... This was the 5 pieces. Elias Jr. designed it. He was an architect. I mean, we know that the left... There's only so many men here. So the left was Pop. This has to be Elias Jr. Surprising lack of info on Elias. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I love hunches and bets and assumptions. 3 entries. What did I get right? Okay, so I got the image of Clancy right, because it's a professor. That's funny. So we got Lauren's dad, Lauren's brother, what's it called? Lauren's brother, Clancy Jr., and we got Elias Jr. Okay, which is good.
You're listening to WRTG.
What a terrible radio station.
Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s.
The gall of those people.
Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
WRTD News, you got it. I'll do just that. Give me a WRTD News. News. Okay. Useless, useless, useless. There wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key... Is this our, like, contact? Someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. Likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. Psychologist goes on to posit the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. Comment says, don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottree curse being a real, true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it. Yeah, let's look up some urban legends, yeah? With Carl and Brenda and their girls, that makes 5 deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents have died mysteriously. They say Guy, we know Guy. Guy's car was, yes, we know this. Then Ernie Madison Jr. stepped down. Okay. Ernie Medicine Jr. Wait, was this the guy who had a heart attack? Stepped down due to illness. Probs the heart attack. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of a 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull. Okay. There's conspiracy and then there's conspiracy. The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4 corners, simultaneous 4-day time cubes. What? An entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff at prodigy.us asking him to take down a site with faked proof that Ernie Madison Jr. actually had a heart condition and he wasn't poisoned. Yeah, we know that. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows it was fake because fake news. First entry is from 1996 and has a blurry picture of the candy company factory taken by the website's author from behind the fence and through some trees. It seems an Operation RT9 is real. This seems insane, but just in case, I want to search up both of these people really quickly. More conspiracy websites. Should I make a page for this? I might want to, honestly. Some people out there claim that the Roottrees are changing the candy recipe to include more chemicals, and this was done in cooperation with bad actors. They claim that due to a loophole, if you can get away with nearly any crime on a leap day, so long as it isn't discovered until after the day is over. And that every 4 years, the Roottree company hosts a meeting of foreign agents. Okay, poison the children. The proof is that the Roottree candies contain polyglycerol, polyricinol. I can tell you, I can say polyglycerol, but polyricinolate. No, I don't know. An ingredient of the candy that wasn't there when it was first released. They claim it is added to addict people and eventually induce mind control. What am I reading? The website claims to sell pills that counteract this effect for children that have already eaten Roottrie candy in the past. And polyglycerol polycolagia is it's an approved emulsifier. Okay. Well, that was good. That was a worthless dig. Unless... No, this is entirely pointless. Thomas Overwood. In addition to Roottree Curse website, he has also written The Truth Behind Spirit Cola, and Spirit stands for Satan's Plague is returning in 2000. Okay. And then in the year 2000, anyone who has drunk Spirit Cola will die. Another website is Stock Markets and the Devil's Numbers. If you multiply any stock's price by 666, and then also multiply the current year by the same stock price, and then add 2 numbers together, and then divide the entire total by stock price, and finally subtract current year, you'll always end up with 666. Multiply the stock's price by 666. So, and then you divide by stock price. Multiply the current year. Oh, brother, this is so dumb. Okay, well, this was pointless entirely. But we did learn from that, actually. It was good for one thing, and that is the fact that where did I put you? Ernie Madison Jr. We have the full name now. Come on, periodical me, come on. Ernie. Come on, nothing? Nothing about this guy? What did I get here? It's just a thing. WRTD. Was there anything else I could have gotten from that? Nothing at all? Huh. Don't believe their lies. I mean, it's just a red herring, ain't it? Like, what else am I gonna get from the Roottree? Like, it's just Like, I just got like one name, which is cool. I mean, periodicals, I guess. It's stupid, but maybe Butler County Times? No. It's too stupid to be into Butler County Times. I don't know. Do I search up mine Ruby Skull? Like, is this... Okay. I'm going down a rabbit hole that's so pointless. Mine Ruby Skull is a symbol of death. South America. Photographer died when the boat capsized. It's pointless information. Four corners simultaneous 4-day time cubes. Nothing. Wait, you begin to read the site and come to the conclusion that the words no relevant results isn't a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real, confusing rants you can't find any meaning in. Regardless, it's pointless. I mean, maybe we can get something from this, you know? Maybe we can get something from this. Wait, Sweet History of Candy, we already got the Sweet History of Candy for probably this. Or no, was it? Did we get it from this? Yeah, we already got the Sweet History of Candy. Okay. No, take me back. Maybe this email? Hello? Pixpop. What? You find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty. Copyright 1997 on Prodigy that lists the email Chris Raff. Oh, Rafferty, you're right. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting, captioned me and my fiancé, not fiancé, fiancé, Lulu. A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give to her when we get married in May. Go Tartans, what a sweet art. There is an odd collage called Cousins, which seem to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist's statement says, we had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, some that I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me. My teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose. Man, it's been a while since we had that. So I had to get creative and use only my 3rd cousins. This includes Davy and Bethany's yearbook picture and Stephanie, who was an only child, and Stephanie could have been this Stephanie, right? Oh boy, we have just dug ourselves a hole. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousin's photo will need to be unscrambled, and we can try unscrambling it. Okay. Pixpop. Geez. Zoomed. Man, what the heck? This is freaking me out. Well, I mean, let's just unzoom everything. Or rezoom everything, depending on what you want. Oh, am I doing this right? Which one looks right? Is this right? Oh, no, it's gotta be, yeah, this size. So I'm just spacing it. Okay, so that's right. This is right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's way wrong. That's right. That's right. Correct. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Correctamundo. Is this like your yearbook photo? So this is one of your cousins. Okay. Cousin rotated. What happened to you? Oh, brother, these middle school. Little bit of a dated picture, isn't it? There's your neck. And there's you. And there is your hand, and there is your rest of your arm, and there's the rest of your shirt, and here's your flannel jacket. How's this not right? Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, 2nd cousin. 3rd cousin. Yikes. Michael Phelps? Oh my goodness, this is annoying. I can't be bothered to do that right now. Not right now. Okay, anything else I can learn from... Hold on, I have to write all of what I just learned down. Okay. So you are cousins, or at least extended family of Raina, Riley, and Rose. So let's make a new page called no, don't do that, please. Most recent generation. Sorry, put that down here. Recent gen. And let's put the Root Sisters. You know what? Let's move this down here. Get rid of this page. Wait, what? Did I rename the? Oh, I'm sorry. Put this as Eli's, please. Get rid of this page. Put this like here, and then this we can call now recent gen. We don't need names anymore. We have these, and then okay. Chris Rafferty. Then we need Davy, who is the swimmer. Bethany, Davy's younger sis, and Stephanie, who was an only child. Okay. And we know that Stephanie is likely this person. Is that possible? I don't actually know. Because Stephanie's original mother was Caroline, right? I don't know. Got a lot going on. What have I got? So I got these things. Okay, great. Useless. This art piece was found on the portfolio of college student Chris Rafferty. And this is a self-portrait? Man, he's got a future. You know that? That's some good art. This is, we can assume, just based off of how people look when they're really, well, you know, siblings can look different, of course, but let's make some assumptions. Why not? Probably gonna call it there though. What is it? 901. I got stuff to do. We've figured out 3 more, and once we get 3 more, our informant will come back and deliver us some more information. We're certainly making progress, which is good. You love to see progress. We locked in 15 out of like 50, right? Lovely. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Thank you for joining tonight's meeting. Go do your work. Go to sleep. I don't know. It's almost Friday. It's a Wednesday. It's like close enough, right? All right. Adios.